The aim of this tutorial is just to give you a few little extra features that you can do with Excel. Now, it's completely extension stuff, this, so some of it's quite challenging, but we'll see how you get on with it. But it's quite good fun, this. So first of all, this is annoying, this thing here, because you can't fiddle with anything around here. So let's oh, you can actually move that around. That's interesting. But what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this protection, so we can actually click on any of these cells. So if you go to, I think it's review, if you click on review there, then you've got this little thing about unprotect sheet. So if you click on that, all of a sudden you can click on everything now, and you could ruin everything. You could just click on that and delete it, and it's gone. But then you already know that if you make a mistake, you can go up here and you can undo it, or as it says, it's Control Z. Right, so what we're going to do is just put a little bit of make this picture a little bit smaller. So I'm just clicking on the picture and reducing it. You can have a little, what's called an if statement here, just for a bit of fun. We could say, let's say if. So again, we're putting an equal sign in here. Equals if. Now, let's say that this here, we've got to have at least 5 people or 5 carers going on this trip. So we can put a little statement saying, so we're going to say that if this here, so that's cell E7, so click on that, is less than 6, what we're going to do is we're going to put a message saying, you've not got enough people going, not got enough people going. So what we do is we put a little comma, and then we can put a little message in here. So the message is, you start off the message with inverted commas, you can just say, not enough carers going. And again, you finish off that message with inverted commas. Now, so what happens there is, if it's less than 6, there's not enough carers going, so it's going to pop up with an error message. If there is more than 6, then what we can do is we can say another little message. So we can put another comma, and we can say loads of carers. Now notice again that this is inside inverted commas. I finished off at inverted commas, and I put a little bracket at the end. And what that does now is, notice you've got a bracket at the start there. If brackets. In fact, it might be easier to look it up here, right up here. So we've got if all of this, so if it's less than 6, so if the number of carers is less than 6, not enough carers are going is going to be displayed. Maybe I'll put a little exclamation mark in there, a couple of them, and then, but if there's more than 6, or 6 or more, then it's going to see loads of carers. So let's press enter there, and look at that, it says loads of carers, so it's okay. But let's just say for see what happens when we change this now. So we've got here that £90 was spent on carers, so let's change that down to only £30. So £30, that means it's going to be 2 tickets, so this should automatically change to 2. And look at that, that automatically says not enough carers going. Okay, so it's quite a little, good little feature that. You can maybe try and incorporate that into different places. And just try, maybe see if you can create your own one, saying here that let's say there's got to be at least 50 children going. Okay, so if it goes below 50, it's going to be way too expensive. So we've got to have at least 50 children going. Okay, and you just have a little mess around with that. That's one little thing you can do. Let's see if we can think of an extension on this one. Right. Okay. So what another quite good thing to do is this here. Like, see all these people getting paid money. Well, let's just highlight these 3 cells here now. Obviously, you've got this whole thing complete here. If we go to, I think it's data. Nope, it's not that one. I can never remember which one it is. Dear me, it's disappeared. Oh, this delightful new way they've laid things out in Office. Makes things incredibly hard to find. What about if I right click on it? No, that doesn't work either. Alright, I'm just going to pause it and try and find it. Yeah, okay, I worked it out. It's because typical mistake, classic mistake is, again, look at this. You can only click on the cells that I've allowed you to click on. So what you've got to you've got to do is you've got to go to data. You have got to not go to data. You go to review. You unprotect the sheet, and then you've got complete access to absolutely everything on here. So what I want to do is highlight these. We can highlight all of them if you want. And what we're going to do is go to, I think I was right in the first place. It was right at the very beginning. Insert. Oh God, I've lost it again now. There it is, right at the very start, home. It's this thing called conditional formatting, and this does quite a few interesting little things, so let's click on that. Now we're going to highlight cells. So what we're going to do is we're going to say that if any of this is above 2000, we're just going to have a little color going to pop up saying, well, not saying anything, it's just going to basically highlight someone's getting paid above 2000 because that's way too much money. So let's just click on conditional formatting, highlight cells, and we're going to click greater than. So we're going to put greater than, and let's just put in here £2,000 or whatever you want. Okay, and then it says there it's going to fill it with red fill with dark red text, and you could pick some other interesting ones, but I'm just going to leave that one and click OK. And notice now that because this guy gets paid more than £2,000, he is now in red. So that means, you know, far too much money. But just notice what happens. So if we change his hours down to, let's say, 120 hours, he drops below the 2,000, so he goes back to having a nice normal pay. And if we pop him back up to 200, he goes red. If we pop this guy up to 200 hours, okay, so it's quite a good little, oh, that doesn't change, does it? So let's give him 201 hours. There we go, it's gone red as well now. Okay, so it's quite a nice little feature that so you can just monitor how much money, or if anyone's getting paid too much money. Okay, so there's a few little additional features. I can't think of any other ones I could do on here just now, but that's enough to keep you going. Okay, hope that helps.